Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to Where the Road Rises, Law, Lessons, Legacy, a show sharing powerful tools for you and those you love. There is no better time than a brand new year, a new chapter in the book of your life as yet unwritten, to continue our lessons in personal inspiration. Last year, I introduced you to Back Pocket Skills, an award-winning personal growth program of 9 essential skills I designed to help my clients, students, and audiences make peace with the past, create a vision for the future, and get into action toward their goals. In the first 2 shows, we reviewed skills number 1 through 5 in my program. Be eternally grateful. Get rid of blame. Recognize your unique potential. Expect nothing less than the success you seek. Create a first-class vision for your life and keep it alive with action and energy. This is a winning formula, and practiced diligently cannot fail. But what if you're a model student and on your way to meeting your goals, a roadblock shows up? The economy turns upside down, you get a devastating diagnosis, someone young, beautiful in your life gets sick and died. Today we will review skills 6 and 7, designed to save you when things come apart, and you have to go beyond that winning formula. Learning to recognize the lights and shadows in everything, in failure and loss, as well as success and achievement, is truly transformative. You will never look at anything as all good or all bad again. And that leads to banishment of your greatest enemies, fear and worry. We will also review the last 2 skills in my program, Skill 8, Practicing Love and Kindness, and 9, Appreciating This Amazing Life. These skills are the icing on the cake, the capstone of my education, and I hope yours, for they help you live in love and kindness, awe and wonder, and deep abiding joy. They teach you how, on this bright day of the frost and sun, to not sleep before evening. So take a seat. There's fresh tea in the pot. We've been waiting for you. Skill number 6, lights and shadows. So what if you were practicing the 5 skills we discussed before? All is coming along swimmingly, and then the bottom falls out of your world. A business partner fails you, your marriage breaks down, you get sick, someone dies. What life has taught me in these circumstances? What has become my abiding philosophy? What is the dearest to my heart of these 9 skills is my theory of lights and shadows. There are inherent lights and shadows in every moment, experience, situation in your life. No matter how awful the circumstance, the light is there. How rosy the glow, the shadow is there. This is not a platitude or a caution, rather, it is an idea that, adopted as a skill, makes everything just right, as it was meant to be. Always. This philosophy gives me peace, for I know there is wisdom and learning in everything as it comes my way. However disguised, the light will be there in the end, unwavering, when I am ready to see it. Although I was not always able to articulate this belief, I have sensed and lived by it all my life. Whatever luxuries I missed being one of 12 children, I made up for in the skills of independence and self-sufficiency. My big family is worth immeasurably more to me now than a comfortable childhood. Those shadow siblings are now my brightest lights. In the painful loves lost of my 20s, the shadows were the heartbreaks, the loneliness, the loss of yet another dream. Those relationships ended, but I became emotionally and financially independent. I ached from waitressing into the night as I worked through law school and struggled for time and energy to stay afloat. I yearned for the entitlement my classmates enjoyed, children of bankers and judges, coming as I did from a poor rural family. But I got through, emerged strong and capable, full of compassion and real-world experience, and a knowledge of human nature from service that rivaled any psychiatrist's couch. While I was at Loyola Law School in Chicago, there were homeless people near wtrr campus. On difficult exam mornings, I viewed their freedom with envy, for I had a burden they did not have. By 5 p.m., I once again saw them having the burden. The lights and shadows danced between us. As a young attorney working for the public defender's office, the shadow was poor compensation, working with odds stacked against me, and occasionally feeling the taint of criminal defense. The light was fighting for the underdog, the valuable litigation experience, and developing my skills of rhetoric and persuasion. Teaching at a community college, in addition to establishing a practice and raising young children, it was a lot of preparation in an already tight schedule, but the joy was the service and the ultimate discovery of my life's purpose, teaching, uplifting, and inspiring others to their own greatness has become one of my guiding principles. If my children had been born in my 20s, I would have been young and energetic with them, and they would be grown now as I reach middle years with many years of growth ahead of me. But the opportunity would have passed to reap the fruits of work and study and living it up and traveling as only a 20-something can. Now, with young children in my middle years, I am mature, established, settled, perhaps a little wise for them. But the energy to run and play and swing from the monkey bars, undoubtedly lacking. And the freedom of grown children in middle life is not there. Ah, the dance. I, like so many mothers before me, agonized over work and baby and tried everything to find the perfect solution, which of course did not exist in either scenario. When I was home full-time, I was in perfect symbiosis with my babies, but my hard-won professional life was lost. If I was deeply satisfied with work, my mothering was a bit lost. Lights and shadows either way, making neither right or wrong. A business acquaintance liked to say the best view is from the front of the pack, but enjoying the view from the front means missing perspective from the side or the back. I had the good fortune a couple years ago to see the popular show Riverdance, twice, once from the fabulous front seats, second time from the nosebleed section. The experience and perspective was interesting from both angles. Up front and close, I could see the dancers' faces, see their muscles move, become immersed in the huge, thunderous spectacle. From the back and higher up, I appreciated the sea of dancers, the formation, the full picture. It was very different, but every bit as powerful. This philosophy has taken me to a place where I am happy and balanced and content with my moments, for I know they are shining with light from my way. And what of that ever-present shadow? The shadow of the opposite result is part of the peace my philosophy delivers, for I know if I had gotten that great position across country, I might have missed meeting my husband right where I was. If I had been born with a trust fund, I may not have been motivated to reach so far in life. If a privileged childhood would have meant missing any of the lessons or experiences that have made my life as rich as it is, I would, by choice, decline it. Embracing this philosophy, we can see the light in everything. Our mistakes, struggling businesses, failing marriage. For there is nothing without merit, no matter how bleak or unwelcome. We can be at peace with our lives, knowing that even the shining success we aspire towards has shadow within. When we realize that every experience has inherent lights and shadows, everything at every time is just right. No regret for the past, no dread of the future, no wrong decision, no bad luck. This is a sensitive concept to approach when someone has experienced a great loss, is feeling broken, that they can never rise again. But life is full of examples of those who have done just that. A mother loses her child and sets up a foundation to raise awareness about the disease. A young man dies in the 9/11 tragedy, and his family uses the compensation to help victims of genocide in Darfur. There are many who say their lives just begun after the worst happened. Elizabeth Lessing's book, Broken Open, is dedicated to just this topic, redemption and resurrection from the darkest of human experience. I saw this in my own family a few years ago. My beautiful sister-in-law was diagnosed with cancer in her mid-30s with 5 young children. What could be more tragic? Yet she and my brother went on a journey of love and faith and healing, appreciation for their life, each other, their children. They said they only started living when they were placed in the shadow of death. My view of life, death, right and wrong, good and bad, have been irreversibly changed by their experience. This philosophy is not an excuse for inaction, to wallow in misery or stay stagnant in life. The shadows are gifts, experiences to give us depth, lessons to learn from on our ever-evolving journey towards the light. Skill number 7 is to banish fear and worry. When we embrace lights and shadows, we can give up the chains of fear and worry. Why? Because fear and worry arise out of attachment to results outside our control. I must have this position. I must not have that illness. My child must get into that school. My happiness and well-being depend on this relationship. With lights and shadows, we see there is no such thing as good and bad, right and wrong. Therefore, there is no need to long for one particular outcome or be frightened of another. Love what is, Byron Katie instructs us. No matter what happens to you, Eckhart Tolle says, embrace it as if you had chosen it. Hold it up to the light. Accept it. Find the wisdom in it. Continue on your path in the direction it leads. This is the key, and when you get that, you are there. Life ceases to frighten you. Nothing can stand in your way. You are ready to soar. Your amazing life can begin in earnest. Skill number 8 is loving kindness. Start to see yourself as a vital, pulsing part of something much bigger. The skill we spoke of several times in this program, of having a universal energy work for you, is easier to get on board with if you believe in an interconnected world. Be related to, connected to all things. Be soft, spiritual, and full of appreciation for each other. Love people. Forget rugged individualism. Practice what Wayne Dyer calls unity consciousness, rather than focusing just on yourself or your own tribe. Barbara Sher says we are placental creatures. We are not meant to achieve things alone. Embrace your interconnectedness. Love and accept each other. See past each other's foibles and idiosyncrasies. Offer help. Ask for help. Accept help when you need it. Try thinking, or even better, feeling lovingly towards everyone you meet. Be generous with your time, talent, and treasure. I'm fond of saying, if you give away bread, it will come back buttered. One of my favorite personal growth texts is Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. At the center of this teaching is the ability to calm the intellectual mind, silence the rushing, anxious, scattered, restless thoughts, to intensely experience the moment, just being the now. He asks us to feel with our heart and body rather than think with the egoistic mind. I practice this, and when I am successful, I can feel love radiating from and to myself and others. It is intense and beautiful. You can take this skill into everything you do and make it better. No matter how frustrating difficult people are, we can decrease that frustration by feeling compassion. We don't know what they have been diagnosed with, how ill their parent may be, how fragile their employment or financial situation, how much trouble their child might be in. As you know, I concentrate my law practice in estate planning, wills and trusts. When I meet with someone to talk about these documents, I consciously send love and compassion and understanding to them, because I know now how difficult it is to talk about end-of-life issues, mortality, family, secrets, etc. And I can transform a sad or daunting experience into a healing one. I have assisted with many deathbed wills. There is room for nothing at a deathbed but love and kindness. I am professional, of course, and take care of the legal necessities, but what I show up with, first and foremost, is love and kindness. Everyone is valuable, worthwhile, coming from their own experiences, doing the best they can with what they know at that moment. Working in criminal defense at the beginning of my legal career helped me see the humanity in people. Humanity, as Marianne Williamson would describe in A Return to Love, so covered over with layers of bad experience and bad behavior. Sister Helen Progene, the nun played by Susan Sarandon in Dead Man Walking, when asked by victim families how she could befriend and hold the hand of convicted murderers on death row, would say, everyone is more than the worst thing they ever done. She asked that we look into our own hearts and ask that question. What if we were judged by the worst thing we had ever done? This struck a chord and always stayed with me, and this belief got me chosen for the mitigation panel in a death penalty case just 1 year into practice. In defending that case, I sat with a man accused of murdering his wife, her father, and saw his humanity as he cried over medical examiner pictures, police and autopsy reports. And I saw that he was more than this awful crime he had committed. He was, of course, where he needed to be, imprisoned, but he was also worthy of mercy. We can transfer this, if not compassion, at least understanding, to our everyday situations. When we're cut off in traffic, the waitress brings the wrong order, someone hops in front of us in the express aisle with more than 10 items. And while you will be making the world around you a more pleasant place to be, incidentally, the point initially is just to help you, and this it will tremendously. Love and kindness as a life skill is not just good for your personal happiness and those around you. It is good business strategy. Clients, customers, employers, employees will sense that you care, that you are genuine, will trust you, will want to do business with you. You cannot fake it. You must start living it. Keep coming back to it until the skill and the benefit it renders become second nature to you. Skill number 9 is this amazing life. My last essential skill for you is the ability to stay mindful of this amazing life you are privileged to be part of. Life is glorious. Open the eyes of your eyes. You are surrounded by magic. There is an upside-down catfish in Africa that lives on the surface of the water exactly as the normal catfish lives on the bottom. There is a Japanese leaf insect that not only looks like a green leaf in spring and summer, it turns other orange and brown and withers in autumn. Look at that pale blue dot that is Earth, your birthright. I am stunned afresh and humbled as I read to my boys about the universe, the galaxies, the planets, sun, moon, and stars. I marvel at how perfect our distance from the sun is, creating the Goldilocks zone in which water can exist, and how water coupled with energy from the sun makes life on Earth possible. How all of Earth's systems, from the land, atmosphere, weather, sea, plants, animals, humans, are intricate systems in themselves and then necessarily interconnected with each other. Be delighted by life. Eat the fruit and drink the wine. Cultivate zest. Explore what Carlos Castaneda calls the many-roomed mansion beyond the room you were born in. Savor your experiences. Be one of those people on whom nothing is lost. Be a tuning fork. Listen for ideas. Learn what will help you and others. Teach, travel, seek adventure. See and hear and feel and touch life. Make your threads in this tapestry rich and vibrant and colorful. Use these 9 skills. Excavate your David from the marble. Find your music and play it loud and clear for you and all of us to hear. My greatest wish is that you develop these skills beyond inspirational goals until they become second nature, like the skills you use at home or at work that you don't even have to think twice about. I want these skills to become as natural to you as breathing. Keep them toned and flexed like muscles, ready to support you at a moment's notice and eventually becoming involuntary, just doing their job quietly while you realize your goals and dreams. Living each day by these 9 skills, I have the means to achieve anything I want or need, and I have the ability to remain calm when life takes unexpected turns. This toolkit has delivered me success, happiness, peace, and consolation, and I promise it will do the same for you. You can learn more about my program and order the book, CD, and audio download at backpocketskills.com. Or you can just show up at my law office at 113th in Harlem in the month of January. I will give you complimentary, thanks for zooming in, Mike, this copy of my CD. I'll sign it for you, and the little flip book that goes along with it. As you work through each skill, you can keep this little book in your car or by your bedside, reminding you of the key points of that skill. So you have no excuse. You can make January the beginning of the rest of your life, and you can start to soar. So thank you, audience, for staying with me all the way now from 2013. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again on the next time Where the Road Rises. Goodbye.